Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll solve one more problem in which we are calculating the computation of taxable income from business. So the question is on the screen. Following is the trading and P&L account of ABC Enterprises for the year ended 31st March 2023. So they have given both trading account as well as P&L account. The reason why they have given trading account, because they have given us the details about opening stock as well as closing stock. So now let us try to analyze. Opening stock is there, then purchases is there. Purchases should be ignored. Ignore this purchases. Carriage also ignore. Wages ignore. Manufacturing expenses is admissible, so they have already debited it, so just ignore that. Then sales is also an admissible or business income, so just ignore that also. Next, closing stock is required. I'll tell you why. Next, let us come to P&L account. Gross profit also ignore. Both the gross profit you can ignore. Do not consider gross profits. Next, they have given that salaries. Okay, from here the P&L account starts. This is P&L account. Before that, let us read the adjustments. Stocks are valued 10% below cost. Means it is simply just to say that it is undervalued. Stocks are valued 10% below the cost. From the actual cost, they have valued it less than the actual cost, that is 10%, which is nothing but it is undervalued. It means to say that it is undervalued. I will tell you how to do this. This is the first problem in which they have given the undervaluation of stock, and you may get doubt now. They have not mentioned whether it is opening stock or closing stock. In such instances, when they have clearly not mentioned whether opening stock is undervalued or closing stock is undervalued, so what we gonna do is both opening stock as well as closing stock, both of which will be considering it as undervalued. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಂಡರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ regarding undervaluation of stock. Next, let us see the next adjustment, that is depreciation allowable as per IT rules is 54,000. Okay, so as I told you that in our P&L account also they have given the depreciation, as well as in additional information also they have given depreciation. When both the side they have given depreciation, consider the P&L account depreciation as inadmissible, and whatever they have given in adjustments, take it as admissible expenses. ಇಲ್ಲಿ P&L account ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎರಡೂ ಕಡೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಲೀಗಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವೆಂಟ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ whether the land is purchased for business purpose or personal purpose. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿದಾರೋ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿದಾರ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ನ ನಾವು P&L ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. So in this legal charges, okay, it is legal expenses. I will write it as adjustment ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ರಿಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ 6,000 ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಹೌಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಪೇರ್ಸ್ 61,000, out of which the amount, that is 6,000 rupees out of 61,000, 6,000 rupees amount is related to house property, which is completely inadmissible. It is inadmissible expenses. So under repair section I will write it as adjustment. Next, salaries includes 4,600 paid to domestic servant. Domestic servant is nothing but home servant. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿನ ತಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಯಾಲರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, 40% of bad debts recovered were disallowed earlier. So the bad debts recovered they have given in the P&L account credit side 15,000. Whatever this 15,000 they have got the bad debts recovered. Okay. Before, out of this 15,000, how much is that? 40% is disallowed. Means for that 40% you have already paid the tax. So again you need not pay tax on that. So we will reduce it. So make it as NBI. It is non-business income. So here when it comes to bad debts, make a note that there is an adjustment. So that's all with the additional information. Now let us come to the P&L account. In P&L account, the first thing whatever you have is interest on capital. As I have told you earlier, interest on capital, interest on drawings, both are inadmissible. So we'll write it as inadmissible expenses. Drawings is also an inadmissible expenses, as I have told you. Rent and taxes, as you all know that if it is a business thing, then you might have to pay certain rent and taxes, so for which it is allowable. So it is a business related expenses, so it is an admissible expenses. Next, donation. As I've told you that any kind of donations is completely inadmissible expenses. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಜನರಲ್ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ inadmissible. General charges, so as in a business there will be certain general expenses which is admissible expenses. IT appeal expenses, see income tax expenses is different, IT appeal expenses is different. ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ. Income tax is also different, IT appeal is also different. IT appeal ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ನ IT ಅಪೀಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್. Audit expenses, so there is a rule in IT Act that any expenses in cash paid less than 10,000 will be considered as non-taxable. So ಅದನ್ನ ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬೌವ್ 10,000 ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 10,000 ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬೌವ್ 10,000 ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 10,000 5,000 rupees ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಇದನ್ನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, LIC ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಮ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, LIC ಅಂದರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಆಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. Next, they have fire insurance, that is for goods. It is admissible expenses, fire insurance. Daughter's college fees. See, this daughter's college fees is a personal expenses, so which is inadmissible in nature. So it is inadmissible expenses. Traveling expenses, business ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ that is admissible expenses. Now let us come to the credit side. Let us classify the credit side of the P&L account into business income as well as non-business income. First one is rent from house property. First one bandu rent from house property, which is a non-business income. It is non-business income. Dividend from ABC Chemicals is a non-business income. Interest on debentures, this is an investment which you have done in another company, which is non-business income. Miscellaneous income is a business income. Miscellaneous ಅಂದರೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ಗಳೇನು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೋ that is considered as business income. Next, gifts from relatives. Any gifts, it is considered as non-business income. Non-business income. Keeping this information, now let us prepare a table to compute the taxable income from business. So first, as you all are aware that we have to write the net profit. So they have given the net profit, it is 16 lakh rupees. For this net profit, we will be adding 4 items. What are those 5 items? First one is inadmissible expenses debited to P&L account, means shown in the P&L account. Second thing is non-business. Okay, second one is business or professional income not credited to P&L account. Not credited to P&L account. The third one will be overvaluation of opening stock. Fourth one is undervaluation of closing stock. Undervaluation of closing stock. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಡೆಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬರೋಣ. ಅಂದರೆ which means any inadmissible expenses, if it is shown in the P&L account, we will record those here. So first let us look into the P&L account. Salaries, we have an adjustment. Let us look into that adjustment. Salaries include 4,600 paid to domestic servant, which is inadmissible. So salary paid to a domestic servant, it is 4,600. It is inadmissible. Next, interest on capital, it is inadmissible, 1,72,000. Interest on capital 1,72,000, it is inadmissible. Next, drawings 1,10,000, it is inadmissible. Drawings 1,10,000, it is completely inadmissible. Next, ಯಾವುದಿದೆ, donation 25,000, it is completely inadmissible. Donation 25,000 rupees. Next, repairs, we have an adjustment. Repairs include 6,000 related to house property, that is 6,000 rupees. Repairs related to house property, 6,000 rupees. Next, ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್, ಆಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ದಟ್ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿರೋ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಅಡ್ಮಿಸಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ 73,000 ಇಸ್ inadmissible. Depreciation 73,000 rupees. Next, legal charges, we have an adjustment. Legal charges are in connection with purchase of land, so complete 6,000 rupees is inadmissible. Next, appeal expenses is admissible expenses. Audit fees, since it is less than 10,000, it is admissible. Next, LIC premium. LIC premium is inadmissible expenses. Write down that LIC premium of rupees 46,900. Next, Fire insurance premium, it is admissible. Daughter's college fees, it is inadmissible, 30,000. Daughter's college fees, how much is the daughter's college fees? It is 30,000, which is completely inadmissible. Now let us add all these things. 4,600 plus 1,72,000 plus 1,10,000 plus 25,000 plus 6,000 plus 73,000 plus 6,000 plus 46,900 plus 30,000, we will get a value of 4,73,500. 4,73,500. For that, let us check any business or professional income which is not credited to P&L account. So let us check in the additional information. There is no any business income, so we will write it as nil. Overvaluation of opening stock, so there is no overvaluation of opening stock. Next is undervaluation of closing stock. We have this undervaluation of closing stock. So now let us try to calculate that. What is the value of closing stock? Value of closing stock is 1,36,000. So value of closing stock is 1,36,000 into, it is, we want it for 100%, but what is the percentage? It is undervalued anta helidare. So actually namge 100% ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, but ಅದು 100% ಇಲ್ಲ, it is undervalued by 10%. ಅಂದ್ರೆ this 1,36,000 is only 90%, but we want the value of 100%. So 1,36,000 into 100 divided by 90 will give us an answer of 1,51,101 rupees. 1,51,111 rupees. Now, how much it was overvalued? Undervalued. The stocks that was undervalued is how much? 10%. So now we want to know the difference amount. In order to know the difference amount, what you need to do this, from 1,51,111 rupees, subtract the amount shown in P&L account, that is 1,36,000. So 1,51,111 minus 1,36,000 will give us an answer of 15,111 rupees. So this was the amount by which the stocks were undervalued. I'll explain this once again. The amount shown in the P&L account is 1,36,000, but that is not the exact amount. It is 10% less, but which means 90%. This 1,36,000 is only 90%. We want it for 100%. So we'll do the pro rata calculation, that is 1,36,000 into 100 divided by 90. We will get 1,51,111. That is 100% amount. But how much it was shown in P&L account? 1,36,000. When you take the difference of both, you get 15,111. That is the amount of undervaluation. Now add all this. For 16 lakh, you add this 4,73,500 plus 15,111. You get 20 lakh 88,611 rupees. Now from this you need to reduce some of the items. So what are those? There are 5 items that you need to reduce. Less. First one is admissible expenses not debited to P&L account. Admissible expenses not debited to P&L account. Next one is non-business or professional income non-business or professional income credited to P&L account. The second one. Third one is tax-free income credited to P&L account. Tax-free income credited to P&L account. Next is undervaluation of opening stock, and the last one is overvaluation of opening stock. First, admissible expenses not debited to P&L account. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು additional information ಅಲ್ಲಿ admissible expenses ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. Yes, we have depreciation. Depreciation is 54,000. Depreciation allowable as per IT Act. It is 54,000. It is 54,000. Next, non-business or professional income credited to P&L account. Any non-business or professional income, it is credited to P&L account, means we will have to show it here. Now, if you see here, first one is what? Rent from house property, 44,000. Rent from house property. How much is the rent from house property? It is 44,000. Next, by dividend from ABC Chemicals, that is 10,600. Dividend from ABC Chemicals, it is 10,600. Next, bad debts, we have a adjustment. So as I told you that 40% of the bad debts were disallowed earlier. So 15,000 into 40%. Bad debts recovered which were disallowed earlier. So what is the total amount of bad debts? The total value of bad debts is 15,000. 15,000 into 40%. So 15,000 into 40% if you do, you will get 6,000 rupees. Next, miscellaneous interest on debentures, that is 18,000. Interest on debentures. 18,000. Next, miscellaneous income is business income. Gifts from relatives 70,400. Gifts from relatives 70,400 rupees. That's all is the non-business income. Now let us add all these items. So depreciation is single, so directly I will write it in the outer column, that is 54,000. Next, this non-business income, there are many items, so I will add it. 44,000 plus 10,600 plus 6,000 plus 18,000 plus 70,400, the total of which will be 1,49,000. 1,49,000. Tax-free income credited to P&L account, there is nothing as such, so I'll write it as nil. Undervaluation of opening stock, yes, opening stock is undervalued by 10%. So what is the value of opening stock? The value of opening stock is 1,24,000. So I will write it here, 1,24,000 into, we want it for 100%, but it is only 90% because it is undervalued by 10%. So 1,24,000 into 100 divided by 90, if we do, we get a value that is 1,00,000 37,777 rupees. Okay, this is what 100% minus what was actually shown in the P&L account. They had shown only 1,24,000. So the difference amount, that is 1,37,777 minus 1,24,000, if you do, you get the difference amount, that is 13,777. This is the undervaluation of opening stock. Next, overvaluation of closing stock. There is nothing like that, so we'll write it as nil. Now if you add everything, we get taxable income from business. So here the total what we had gone, here it is 20 lakh 88,611 minus 54,000 minus 1,49,000 minus 13,777 will give us an answer of 18 lakhs 71,834. This is a taxable income from business. So this is how we need to solve the problem. Hope you have understood how to solve the problem. In my further videos, I'll come back with some more problems related to taxable income from business. Thank you for watching the video. I'll come back with the next video.